Good day, Samantha. Welcome to InspiHER'd, your grown-up girl talk. I'm Stacey Fleece with Samantha Tredelius. We are continuing on our adventure for season six. Season six.
I know.
I don't even know how that happens,
I don't
but
know
here
either.
we are.
And it's a back-to-back record day. It's like, why not start the season off with some major, just good time girl energy? It's women that don't find what they need out there in the world that turn around and make something cool. And our guests today have just about defined that. So let's jump on in.
Absolutely. This is a story, a true case study and invest in yourself. So I I can't wait to get to this part about launching because it's fantastic. So hang on, everybody. We have Tami and Elizabeth Lange here from Save the Girls. Tami as founder, Elizabeth as co-owner. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you so much for having us. We are so excited to be on the podcast today.
First of
Yeah,
all, Save the Girls, fantastic name. I
such a
mean,
good name.
who doesn't love that name? But let's be specific. This is not about bras or
Well,
pasties
oh yeah.
or anything about that, but it is a super cool product. So um, I do want to back up a little bit though because Tammy, this wasn't your world, like retail producting and direct to consumer and clips for phones. That isn't where you lived career wise. So
No, not at
I want to
all.
take a step back to where you were crushing it beforehand and then
All right.
decided, maybe not. Maybe I'll do something else.
Well, don't you always? I think so many of us think, I wish I would have thought of that, And I was 49 years old. I'm going to take you all the way back to where I was. That's only 8 years ago, by the way. But 49 years old, and I had a great career in doing food. So I was new product development for a sandwich company, and I was the first in the US or wherever to do prepackaged food with pictures on it. So, you know how green beans are, everybody might be too young to know this, but sometimes it was all clear. Now everything has food pictures.
If you go to, for example, if you walk down any grocery store aisle and you know how you see the frozen peas and they all have pictures on the outside,
Yeah.
she was the first person to put pictures on it. Before it all used to
Girl.
be clear plastic bags.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
so we did that. So, but it was more in the refrigerated foods. A little bit was coming out in frozen foods, but then refrigerated foods really didn't have that. So I was head of marketing for a sandwich company. I came out with a package with picture on it, and we grew really, really big. We ended up being in Sam's Club and Walmart and all that kind of stuff. So I was crushing it for a while, but then as anything that happened in year 2000, 2001, I won a golden Emmy, best new package.
Mummy.
Golden Mummy, Golden Mummy, not the Emmy, Golden Mummy. In the packaging world, it's a big deal. And anyway, so then let's just fast forward to 2017. So, I was doing fine, but like my big idea had happened 16 years earlier. And, I was doing well, but not,
It's
crushing.
hard to come up with big ideas every 16 years. I mean,
Exactly.
I
Yes.
don't like most people can't even come up with one.
So then I was just kind of feeling bad for myself. I'll admit, all my kids, I have five kids. Two were off to college. Elizabeth was off to college and almost graduating. And then, you go through this time of, where you're just like, well, I guess I'm just going to live through the exciting things that my kids are doing, going to Europe or whatever, And I was feeling a little down. And then two of my daughters lost their phones in the same week, and I was really mad at my girls. I mean, like literally mad. I know that nobody will like this, but I even said, "I'm going to kill you, girls. You lost your phone," or whatever.
No mom has ever said that
Yeah.
for
Can
sure.
we can, can we confirm how said phones were lost?
Yeah.
Yes, one was out on a hike. And so she was hiking and she lost her phone. So, and we had just moved from California home, and all of her senior picture, all of her like really important things were on there. So the whole family went out on the hike looking for the phone that was lost on the hike. And so the second daughter, who was like 14 at the time, then took went home. Her jeans were really dirty. It was a dirty trail, and she washed her phone in her jeans. So
Okay.
instead of losing one phone, we now are missing two phones. It's
In
a
the same week.
Yeah, same week. Within
Okay.
24 hours, two phones gone. So my sister-in-law was complaining to her about all this, and she said, "Oh, I never lose my phone." And she pulled it out of her bra, and she had breast cancer right where she kept her phone. And I was,
I swear to God, there's a connection. I don't know if the doctors ever like confirm that, but 100% there is a connection.
Yes.
there, yes, I truly believe there is, because now I've seen pictures, like women will show me their pictures, how their tumor is right where their phone. They used to have bras with phone pockets in the bra. They don't do that anymore. I wonder why, you
I
know?
mean, that's a horrible idea.
It's
Right.
a horrible idea. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to shop for all the girls." So I went shopping. I couldn't find anything. And the next day I went canoeing, and I'm not kidding. I could text through the back of a waterproof bag, and I'm sitting in the canoe. My husband's canoeing. I don't really
She's
canoe.
passenger princess.
I am passenger princess in a
So you were
canoe.
canoeing, but not actively canoeing. You were passively
Exactly. I was
canoeing.
texting through a waterproof bag, and I'm like, what if I put this in the backside of a purse? Then that way their phone's accessible. Because my sister-in-law said, I said, "Why would you put your phone in your bra?" And she's like, "Because then it's always there. I can hear it. I can feel when it buzzes. It's just convenient. I don't want to carry my purse everywhere and have to dig to the bottom to find my phone." So it all kind of came together, and I put this idea. I got home from canoeing, and I went home and put something on the internet on, I always say this,
Alibaba.com.
Alibaba.com. And I put it on there, and 17 factories bid on me by the next morning. And I thought,
Okay, wait,
wait,
hold on, because I
yeah.
actually don't know how that works.
Oh,
So you come up with this idea,
yep,
and do you have to have a drawing? Do you just
yep.
put verbiage? Like how does that work if you're like, here's what I want to make, and now I have to find places to make it. And
Yeah.
Alibaba is where you go for that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know really that either, but I Googled and found it and put it on there, and 17 factories bid on me the next day. But yes, I did, because I am marketing, but prepackaged sandwiches, not purses. And so I know how to do a storyboard and how to, make, because I did new product development, but for food. So I just used those same ideas for making a purse. And it was kind of, honestly, in my head, it's like, well, maybe tomorrow I'll be a rocket scientist, or I'll be a fashion designer. I mean, like out of your box, thinking that there's no way you really can do this, but I'm just going to throw it out there and just see what happens. And when my phone was blowing up, I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't believe the pricing that I could get. So I literally, I first did a little bit of testing on Facebook. Hey, does anybody think this is a good idea besides me? And of course, a bunch of people thought that was a great idea. So I quit my job of 22 years, 23 years. I went overseas by myself, bought an airline ticket. I really bought like a one-way ticket, because I didn't know how long it's going to take for me to design these purses and to come up with it. But I came home within 3 weeks with products in hand, enough to make a website and get it all set up.
Okay, hold on, hold on. I need to understand the timeline here. From the
Yeah.
canoe to the 3 weeks in where were you, China?
China, it was China. Yep.
Like, what's the timeline we're talking about there?
Okay, this is I'm telling you, this is the truth. 6 weeks.
Wait, no, it's less than that. So from
From
the
the canoe
canoe
moment.
from the canoe moment to going overseas to
Oh
getting the
yeah.
first idea, the first package, the first products, bringing those home, then creating the website. And we launched her website on her 50th birthday, and we launched everything, and we had a big party on her 50th birthday, which was just 6 weeks later.
And we still have one of my first videos up on our website, because so I was connected, because I did marketing. I was connected to graphic designers, videographers, all of that. So as soon as I brought the product home, boom, it went, like I had the whole thing up within
The
10
website,
days,
yeah,
maybe.
the website and everything up.
But
So
I
from
also,
canoe to first sale was 6 weeks.
well, to putting on the internet, not necessarily for sale,
Oh,
but
yeah,
yeah.
friends that bought.
Well,
Yeah,
friends of mine,
somebody went in there and bought it on day
yeah,
one. We
yeah,
know. We know.
So
yeah.
here's something cool. I was doing a little research, just checking out, where we can buy these things, the retailers, and you're in over 1,800 facilities across the country. I mean, for people trying to get their products into stores, brick and mortar, Elizabeth, I mean, this kind of feels like your area with the sales and the marketing. Like, how did you do that?
She's definitely started it. So let me backtrack. So when she first launched this business, I had just recently graduated college, and I was actually a cruise director and a travel director and a tour guide. Best job ever for somebody right out of college. But it was really great because I was able to be flexible. And so very quickly, we thought that we Save the Girls would instantly be an overnight sensation online, everything retail, online retail store. Turns out it's very hard. Online retail is very hard to get your name out there and do all of those things. And so then we were very quickly like needed to shift gears. What if we did wholesale instead? And what if we sold into stores? And we had a friend who had an embroidery shop in our area, and we also had a hairdresser friend. And so they were kind of our two first that we tested out in their stores, and they did really well.
Killed it.
They killed it. And our embroidery shop friend, she told us, I go to Atlanta every year to buy everything for my store. And we're like, what's there? And apparently, come to find out, it's the biggest gift market in the country. And so very quickly we heard about that. So we launched on her 50th birthday in September. And then by January, we were at that first market in January.
But wait, I have to tell you more of the story because it's really bad. So I thought I'd be this great internet. We got the internet up, all that. I'm old, as we mentioned earlier. And anyway, so we didn't sell very much. My first month we sold, like, I don't even count September because I really didn't get the product until October 1st. But October, we sold $590. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going broke. We literally put the purses in the car and started driving. We got at the end of that.
We went to flea markets, we went to hair salons, we went to mom and pop shops.
I set up about 75 stores that November, maybe 100. We did $20,000 then in November, and in December we did $40,000, and then in January we're like, oh my gosh! And that's what the girlfriend told us just in November, December. Hey, you should go to Atlanta market. So we went there and we sold $90,000 just in that 1 week at market. But we were a little aggressive. I'm going to tell you,
we are guerrilla marketers.
We are guerrilla marketers at their finest, but I have to tell you, this is for all of you out there listening to this. If you've seen the movie Joy, which is a great product development, yes. So, and I hadn't seen that movie. I wish I would have, but anyway,
I don't think it had come out yet.
Yeah, I guess probably not. Probably not. So anyway, we had people ride the elevators. They were so busy and packed, and everybody at market is looking for what's new. So one person in the front of the elevator would be texting through their touchscreen purse, and the person in the back of the elevator would say, "Hey, where'd you get that?" And they would say, "Oh my gosh, it's a new brand called Save the Girls. You should go check it out. They're selling like crazy." And like the elevator would get off and literally come to us. I mean, and we had people ride the elevator all week long just doing that. That's how we truly, because we didn't advertise. We didn't have any big, beautiful booth. We just had a little booth and we were packed. And then it's one of those things, just like a busy restaurant always attracts more customers than one without anybody in the. So, I mean, it was like flies to honey. We had lines of people wanting to order.
The other thing that was so genius that she did was immediately, she was like, she knew the power of social media immediately. Mm-hmm. And this was back in 2018, I guess, January of 2018. Yeah. And, at that time, now we see Facebook Lives, TikTok Lives.
There wasn't the influencers out there and such. Like that didn't exist yet.
No, it didn't exist.
Except in Tammy's world.
Yeah, but in Tammy's world, watch us. So what she decided to do was for every single customer that ordered with us, we said, pull up your Facebook. We're going to do a live video with you and we're going to explain the product. We're saying it's going to be in stores next week because we ship fast. So come on down to the store and grab yours today. And we did a 5 to 7 minute video with every single person that checked out. And that was insane because literally they had never done live videos before. That was the first time it ever happened. And they got customers pre-purchasing them without knowing. And so then they came back to the booth. We had a person double their order and then triple their order.
Now you're feeling like there's legitimacy to this product.
Yes. Yes.
Like now I'm pretty good.
It was my heart always to try to get the people their money back before they went home. So if they invested $300 and they're going to make $600, that we could pre-sell $300 before they got home. And people loved that theory and that idea. So we went from 70, 100 stores before Christmas, 150 maybe, to 1,000 stores easily that first year.
Okay, what I love so much is that most of the times you see creatives and they create a product, right? And they have that creative mind. They don't necessarily have that business savviness that you've got. And so I think it's like the perfect recipe for just success because you're able to kind of fuse the two worlds with, plugging a hole for something that doesn't exist. And you have the marketing background to be able to promote. And I love like just being different about it, having somebody in the elevator or, hyping it up in a different way that's like, the seven of spade, it's the least suspected card, right? And you're going to slam it down and you're going to win every time. I mean, listening to your story is just, I don't know, for anybody out there that's listening, thinking about trying something, doing something, like this should be your motivator. You should do it.
That's right. And as long as you have the grit, because let me tell you, there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs. But the one thing that I can say that I'm so proud of my mom for is how quickly she bounces back from those downs and she's able to then overcome and find a plan around them. And I truly think that's why we've been able to grow to the area that we are just by your creative problem solving. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, just like I thought I was going to be an online sensation within a month because I quit my job. Like there was no income coming in, and I had 5 kids, some college, all private school. So I had 1 year saved. That's all. I had to get a full salary back within a year. And so very motivating when there's no money coming in and you have to make it work. Like you just try everything, but you also can't sit in what's not working and keep doing that over and over again. You have to figure out where's the shift, and that's what I kept doing, a little shifts, and then so much fun. So this is a big part of our story. In February, we went to that show, made $90,000 just on that one show, and made more. And then in February, went to another show in Vegas called the Magic one. That's a show.
It's called Magic.
It's called Magic. But anyway, Elizabeth was there, and somebody was walking by. And long story short, they heard our story. We donate 10% of all profit to breast cancer research.
We didn't even talk about that. I would need to just really quick highlight on this. This is honestly the thing that I'm the most proud of my mom for and the most proud of Save the Girls for is before we even had the products designed, before we even had, put any website. She knew that she wanted to create something that wasn't just going to give back to us and our family, but something that would give back to so many others. So 10% of all profit has always been donated back to breast cancer research. And I'm super proud to say we've now been able to donate over $160,000. And we do donate directly to the American Cancer Society to their breast cancer research division. So that's why we're Save the Girls, because we're saving the girls. We're saving the girls.
We're saving the girls and we're saving the girls.
Yeah, exactly. We're saving your phone. We're saving your daughters from you trying to kill them, and then we're saving the girls,
all the girls,
most importantly. So yeah. So anyway, so we were telling the story, and he absolutely loved it. And it turns out that he is actually the person that's in charge of the Oscar gift baskets, which is essentially where you give out product to all these celebrities for just for photos and stuff like that for PR and endorsements. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. I need you in our gift baskets." And we said no. We were like, we are broke. We don't have.
So to be in the Oscar gift bags, you have to give product for free, correct?
Exactly.
500 pieces.
Yeah,
wow. That's selling out so fast.
Yeah. And we were selling out so fast that we didn't have any. And so we were like, I don't think we can give away 500 products. And he said, no, you don't understand. This is not something you turn down. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. There is no wait list for it. It's by invitation only. People have waited years. And so we said, all right, I don't know how we're going to make it work, but we'll make it work. So mom and her best friend from high school went together to California for the Oscars. And then,
and so the movie star people loved our product. They loved what it was. They put it on. It was so much fun. I have to tell you a silly story. My husband's like, don't go fall in love with those movie stars. I'm like, oh, I won't. First guy came out, I couldn't talk. I'm like looking up at him. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, get over yourself. After that, I did better. But I was a little starstruck at first, but got over it. And we had a great time. But one of the movie stars told Lori Greiner from Shark Tank about us. So a couple days after the Oscars, I got a telephone call from like Lori Greiner's people saying, hey, I think Lori would love to talk to you, but if you talk to her, you can't go on Shark Tank. And I actually had been applying on Shark Tank, and I thought, well, I'd rather have a shark now than wait later. So I said, okay, and I talked to her within a week. and we ended up doing a little deal on QVC.
Not a little deal.
It was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, not a little deal.
We sold 40,000 purses in one day.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, it was the best day
do you even
ever.
have
It broke the
inventory for
phone line.
that? Did you, I
Yeah.
mean, 40,000, do you even have inventory for that available?
Well, what's funny because Lord, not truly, but yes, we had 20,000 coming in for the show, but we were supposed to do another show a month later of another 20,000 purses. So we just sold them all on one show and did a wait list. So they went ahead and opened it up and just sold them all on one show. But yeah, we really did sell that many that quickly.
And we literally broke the phones. There were people calling in
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah. They said it was the
Okay,
best.
so
Lori called
fast
me.
forward to 2026.
Yeah, what are we doing
Tell
now?
us, tell us where, like,
Ladies,
where are you now? Like, I
listen,
mean,
we have not slowed down since that first start, let me tell you. And we are just running like the wind. It has been insane, incredibly. We have grown our team. We are now a team of 20. We
21.
should 21. True,
Mhm.
we just hired.
Mhm.
Probably going to be hiring a new one soon. We are now in Costco, so stay tuned for a Costco near you. Please request us in your Costco's near you. So essentially, what we're doing now is we're doing the Costco Roadshow, so we physically get to go into the store and sell our products to the Costco members, which is really cool. And online. We have actually kind of blown up online. We have a brand new product that we launched in the last 3 years, which is our Clip and Go. It turns any phone into a crossbody. They're stadium approved, and so that has really just gone viral, mega viral. We've had multiple videos hitting over 200, and just I think close
We
to a
have 3
million
million.
sold now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we
over
definitely have a
over a
million.
million sold now.
Yeah.
And so it's just been yeah, it's been incredible. And when I tell you we're not slowing down, I mean it. It's been wild. And now, as we were talking about earlier, how we have to kind of think outside the box with our crazy marketing schemes and stuff like that. We're still doing that today. We're kind of the first market leaders in our category to be trying to tackle AI and get seen and noticed there. So we're really excited about the different things that we're able to accomplish with AI, and we're kind of pushing through that. But yeah, it's been super interesting to just see how far can we take it, and then we're bringing in really cool new hires to see how far we as a whole can take it.
Do you know what I think is so interesting is just the life line of sales and how people get their products. Because I'm in insurance and I grew up in LA and I used to do a lot of insurance for the Style Lounge was one of my clients. So we would do the Globe, we would do all those events, insurance. And you would see, like I remember when Spanx first came out, I was actually a guest at one of the Oscar things and like Spanx was there and I was like, who is Spanx? And that was like how a lot of these brands got started back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now to like what you're having to evolve to is like this AI and the computer and the way that people buy their,
Yes.
they're just
The
their
psychology and
it's a whole different animal, right? And
it
having
is.
in front of people in a different way. And it's, it's not just creating a product and selling a product. It's a whole different methodology. And I really commend your resilience and also like eagerness to learn and evolve with it because I think that's what keeps you relevant, honestly.
I totally agree. You have to continue to be ready to learn and change and grow. And that's something that my mom has just modeled so well for me and for the whole team here.
do you
Yeah.
guys have patents on any of your products?
Yes. Yeah, of course. So all of our touchscreen purses are patented, and then our clip and goes are patented also, most of them. I did do a major mistake on one of them because the patents on the purses has not really worked. Like it's worked. We have a patent, but other people copy you, and then
Just whack-a-mole.
it's whack-a-mole, but
Yeah, I
when you go
imagine.
when you
Yeah.
go after them, it's so much money to go after them. So I had a major infringement on one of my I have a purse that your eyeglasses fit in the front and also your phone is completely usable in the back.
And
It's
your
called
full wallet inside.
and a wallet inside. It's a great purse. It's called the Captiva. And so I had somebody copy me. So I called the lawyer. I'm like, hey, this is a direct copy. I mean, customers called us because they got it and their product was not, let's just say not good. And then they complained to us. I'm like, that's not our product. It doesn't say save the girls.
Check the
And
invoice.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, long story short, my lawyer said, yes, we can go after him. It was a huge company. It'll probably cost you $500,000.
Ugh.
So
But
you're
don't
just
you
like,
think they kind of bet on that? Like they
Yes.
know the math, right? So they know
yes.
that you
100.
guys are smaller family-owned company and they know what it's going to cost to come after them. And they're like, yeah, they're probably never going to do it. So they're just going to crowd the space and hope for the best.
Exactly.
100%.
And that's why we just keep going at it, and
How do you make sure you stand out in that environment?
one, quality is super important to me, and we 100% guarantee all of our products. We have awesome customer service. So if you ever see like anybody talking on, oh my gosh, our customer service is fantastic. So we completely take care of our customers. So when they buy from us, they can trust that it's going to work, it's going to last, all of that. And if there's ever an issue, we handle it. So I think that's a big thing for us, the quality. Also, just our messaging, and I add so many extra features. So the people that copy me don't add all those extra features. They pretend to. They use my pictures even to show the product, but when you get
Come
the
on.
oh
No,
yeah,
yeah, our
oh
pictures, our videos, it's my face on all their ads.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, it's really disheartening. So anybody out there, this is what I want to tell you because my girlfriend had a wonderful company. It was called Cinch It, and she was doing great. She was at all the shows with us in Chinese knockoff because you can get that all straight from China now, Temu, all that. So they knocked her off, and she got so discouraged that basically she quit, and because they went after her, and then their prices are $3 and hers was 12, whatever it was. But and she quit. And I think that instead you should dig in on who you are because they're not you, and just keep going at what you can do. And because we've been hit hard with the same thing, but instead of scrolling through and looking at each one and I constantly was like, hey, this is a fake, this is a fake. But honestly, it took all the energy out of me that I couldn't move forward then. It's like, I just got to turn it off and we just got to do the best that we can do. So focus on yourself, not on how terrible it is that somebody's ripping you off,
We
but
talk
just
a
keep
lot
moving
about
forward.
just like, being a brand and having your authenticity and being like the whole package, right? So anybody that's listening to your story is like, sitting here from a consumer standpoint being like, hell yes, I want to buy from them. Like
Right.
the story is so cool and it's so great and it's like the stuff movies are made about, right? And I think that part of you and that part of your brand is something you should continue to share and continue to tell because that's what people want to hear versus just being another product on a shelf because this is so much more than that, you know?
It is. It's
I
so much
think
more
my
than
my favorite takeaway of the story, and I mean this with the utmost respect, but I your story, the canoe to launch, you don't have to be legit to start. You don't
Exactly.
you don't have to be legit. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to, none of that needs to be in place. You just have to do it. And the
Yes.
legitimacy comes later.
Yes.
So, people can get analysis paralysis, right? And they want everything to be perfect before they go.
Mhm.
Perfect, perfect will ruin momentum.
Yeah.
Perfect will take away momentum. And I love that you were like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Let me ask on Facebook if anyone thinks this is a good idea. It was probably like your 16 friends that went, oh my God, that's great. Tammy, we love you. We'd say anything you thought it was great.
Right, right.
And you're like, well, I had 16 people that say it was perfect, so let's go. Like that's like the balls on Tammy to do that is
Listen,
amazing, and we should all have balls like that.
I
she's
agree.
not here to play. And the thing that's even cooler is, your price point's something that can meet everybody where they're at, right? I know a lot, I've seen, some similar types of things that are contraptions and they're very expensive or they're super over the top fancy. And maybe you want a bunch of different colors and a bunch of different styles. And what you have in, Save the Girls is that you have a product that anybody can be met where they're at, and even little people, which tend to be the people that need these types of contraptions the most because they're on the go and don't want a big clunky purse. They just want something to pop their phone in and their mom's credit card or whatever it may be. So we I'm just like I can't say like what a better way to start the year for us with you two and your story. SaveTheGirls.com is where you guys can learn more about these incredible products. Go ahead and get yourself one. I know Stacy and I will probably get online here
And
today.
maybe Costco.
Yeah, maybe
Yes,
Costco
yes,
next.
yes,
Maybe we'll see
Costco.
you at our Costco here soon. But we do hope that everybody gets out there this week, this year, this month, and is inspired.